discipline or keep you on the path that you're on, or with or without it, you would show up or you would continue to stay consistent. And perhaps that's the reason why they're inspired by this ruthlessness that you have of the accolades or no accolades.
I think I would be disciplined no matter what. I mean, keep in mind, I've been working out since I was 13. So I've been doing this way before I became a trainer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But at the same time, it does help me like practice what I preach. You know what I mean? Like it does help me do that because I know that there are people depending on me and that there are
Mm.
people like looking up to me, you know. So again, and I know I said yesterday, like although I emphasize to people like a trainer shouldn't be your magic answer, but
Yeah.
I do understand that there is a level where yeah, they are relying on me to guide
Right.
them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to be their guide and their like mentor
Yeah.
throughout 3 months or 6 months or however long they're with
Mm-hmm.
me, you know, or people on social media too. But like, yeah, so it's a little bit of both, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
would say both.
Yep.
So
Yep. Nah, and that's actually a response I probably would have expected from a trainer, and that's why I think you have to. I love the fact that and it's funny that because it's Sunday, practice what I preach is what you just said, and it's Sunday. But again, going back to that same level or that same aspect, practicing what you preach. You being a trainer, there's a certain level of expectation people have for you, which is why not everybody should be a trainer. Which is why I ain't no trainer. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain level by which you have what people expect from you. They don't expect that from me, and they shouldn't. But from you, they should. And so again, I think that's a really good point, that you just made. The fact that you're a trainer, you should show up and you should. And that's actually what the question I was going to ask you. Like, you know, is it almost I guess like from just to you personally, is it almost like a disgrace to you when you see someone who's a trainer but they're like fat or they're like, I don't know, in some sense you could tell that they're not, and again, I'm not saying that a trainer can't be fat or overweight, but
I get
I
what you
get,
mean.
yeah, I get, yeah, like the mentality, like not only is the physical there, but the mentality is there in the sense of you aren't even trying. Is that like a disgrace to you as a trainer?
I would say, um, okay, with the whole like fat thing again. I mean, I think a trainer can be like, you know, somewhat like overweight. I don't think they're like completely disqualified.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it depends. Like there are some
Yeah.
people that are born kind of like big, and like their families like you know there are some people that are they just like have that genetically. So I mean that I feel like depends. But ultimately, I will say this though, I have come across trainers where they don't have that much discipline. And I'm not good, and I'm being very honest. I do like kind of look at them crazy a little bit because I'm like, how?
Hmm.
How are you not? So what do you tell your like? What do you? I'm confused. Like honestly, I'm being very honest. It baffles me because I'm like, okay, you're not. You lack discipline. So like, what do you tell your
Hmm.
clients?
Hmm.
Like, and I've talked to some of them, and they're like, well, no, like I tell my clients to do this and that. They tell them the right things. So I'm like, okay, but why don't you follow your own advice? So
Hmm.
there's off there.
Hmm. Hmm.
There's a disconnect there, but there's a disconnect there, and
Hmm.
it is kind of odd to me because it's
Yeah,
just like like because you guys again like you guys know I'm all about discipline.
I know. Yeah,
Would you guys really have that much like a certain amount of respect for me or
that's what
reliability
I'm
on the
saying. Exactly. Hmm.
was I was coming on here all the time like okay, I'm not bashing, I'm just being honest, right? Like if I was like, oh, like you know, I've been missing like my workouts and you know, I just been you know, like it's just been tough like you know, oh, like how am I gonna come on here saying stuff like that when I'm like a
You're a
trainer?
trainer.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, so I do think it's weird. I do. But I feel like some sense like bad because I'm like, you gotta figure out where's the disconnect. You need to figure that out. Cause I don't think like this just I mean, that's all I can say. It's just weird to me. I don't know why. To me, that just sounds like a very much deeper thing that like, like you need to go to therapy or something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And that's why I asked the question because again, Larissa just said you inspire her. And then you just said other people hit you up saying you inspire them. But like, for the trainers who maybe don't physically look the par, but then, I mentioned like fat or overweight, but then you can even say like just mentally, right? There's people who are trainers and they look the par, but then they don't have the mental. So I could even go there, right? Like you could say both either. And so it's like even in that perspective, you're saying that it's those people that you I guess in the sense they frustrate you, irritate you, or it sounds like it's a disgrace.
Well, they irritate me. Trey, relax. I didn't say
Well,
that. I'm just
okay, yeah, like in a sense you don't understand it or you don't get it.
I don't understand it,
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of bad because I'm like, dude, like why? Like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like to me,
Yeah.
I'm like, that shows like I feel concerned. So I'm like, you should be applying these things to your own fitness goals. Like, why aren't you? But again, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's why I said like it's to me it sounds like those type of things definitely sounds like a deeper thing that like you need to work on. Like, I don't know. And I don't want to say like again, like people need to understand us trainers aren't we're human too. I'm not saying you
Yeah.
can't be perfect on all levels
That's
because
true. That's true.
I'm not perfect. So
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I do see I understand that like there is a certain like somewhat standard and I feel like you should be able to like follow what you preach. You should be able to practice what you preach. Like why aren't you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't
Well,
know.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's really good. I appreciate that. And that was just for you personally, because obviously me and Larissa, we aren't trainers, but you're having your perspective. I think it's really good for trainers to hear if they're listening to this as well. So that's why I asked it. That's dope. That's dope. Larissa, I'm not sure if you're still on the call.
no, am I on mute?
Oh no, you're good. We can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Did you want to answer the second part? Like, I guess going back to like who do you feel like you inspire, or have there been people that you've told or that have told you like, man, Larissa, you really truly inspire me? Like, I just wanted to know like who that could be and then why. Why did they say that?
Um, I don't know. People at the gym, they always tell me.
Yo, let's
I
go.
think because I'm bigger than the average person and because I train hard, it
Mm,
kind of gives some sense of hope that they can do it as well. I think people that are morbidly obese, because it's hard to move your body, because
mm,
it's a lot more heavier and it can cause like pain symptoms, like in your knee, in your back and stuff. It can
mm,
be a bit of like discouragement to do
mm,
anything.
mm,
So I think when they see that a bigger person is able to train as hard as I do, it gives
mm,
them like a sense of hope. So
mm,
light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing.
mm.
Um, but also I'm real competitive when I train with other people.
Yeah.
I, I get competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think because and it's nothing that anyone said to me. It's just because I've always been big in my head. I feel like people judge me in the sense where because I'm bigger, I can't train or I'm not fit or whatever. So I've kind of
Mm,
always had like mentality. So that's why I'm so competitive when I do train with other people because I think that that's how they think. And so I'm just like, no, bitch. Like I'm just as fit as you, even though you're smaller than me. Um,
mm,
but yeah, I think anyone that's on a fitness journey can be an inspiration to anyone. Everyone's on a different journey, and we're
mm.
all on different levels. Um, but yeah, you're right. You never know who you're kind of like inspiring.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's exactly why I asked the question. And I guess going back to what you said people in the gym, they come up to you like they literally come up to you while you're working out and tell you that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope. Like I don't go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in like 4 years. Like I work out from home, but like to know that people come up to you and literally like they interrupt your workout, like they're like, "Hey, excuse me, but you're killing it." That's what they say.
Yeah. They're
That's
like,
dope.
how do you train? I was like, um,
That's dope.
I don't know how to explain it. I just train.
That's dope. That's super dope. And again to know, like you said, the fact that people are watching you from anywhere. They're watching you from, whether you're in the gym. Gee, you've told me about somebody that's chased you down when you were walking out of the store and it was like, or I think someone chased you down with the car or something. What you say? They were beeping the horn.
Who chased me down? I did not say that.
What what did you say? You said something like that.
That was when I posted on my story. Oh, some girl like was honking at me, and I thought she
Yeah.
was like, "Hurry up and walk." And I was like looking at her like I'm walking, and
Right.
then, but then she had told me like, "Oh, like, she was complimenting like my physique and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but like it was just that, yeah."
Yeah, that's not a small thing. That's big. Like that's a big thing. Like the fact that you had somebody beeping at you, honking at you. Again, some people never get that. And that's okay. It's not that you need to have that or that's something, because again, that shouldn't be what makes you keep going anyway. I personally don't care if someone talks good or bad about me, but it's more of the matter of like I think still recognizing it as something. Like it's like okay, it's still cool. Like the fact that that happens, and I think that it's cool to know that in some sense you're having an effect on someone's life. So for her to have honked a horn at you or something like that, that is of course a sign of inspiration, or someone walking up to Larissa and being like, man, like that, while she's working out, and it's like, hey, that's a huge sign of like, man, you're making some form of impact, and I think those things should be recognized. And I think it's dope that both of y'all get that sense of recognition. um I was gonna ask something else, but essentially with this level of inspiration, and the reason I wanted to even wrap this conversation around inspiration or who we inspire is because we never truly know who you're inspiring, even whether you're trying to or whether you're not trying to. You say you post your content because you are a trainer. Like you are trying to put out there, hey, keep going, keep moving, because that's kind of essentially who you are. You need to do that. But Larissa, she's someone who, and Larissa, I'm not sure if you're still doing this or not doing this, but you don't post your workouts. You don't post a lot of workout and stuff like that on your profile. At least that's what you told me last time. And like, but you still keep like a private profile for yourself. So you aren't necessarily trying to put out content like G in the way that she does, because obviously she's a trainer, but you still have people that are inspired by you in person when they see you putting in the work in the gym, when you're showing up and doing these type of things. And that right there is just baffling to me. And I commend both of you. And I'll even jump in too to this question as well, because I wanted to also end it off with me jumping in on it as well in terms of who I inspire and as well as who's inspired me. But I told G I was gonna do this. I told you I was gonna make a video on, just how you inspired me in regards to the things you have told me to do that I've done, and with the aspect of the things that you have told me. Well, excuse me.
I said I told you repeatedly.
Here we go. Here we go. Look, I'm giving you your flowers. Do not take them out my hand. Let me pass them to you. Let me pass them to you. No,
There.
no. But essentially, like, I was gonna make a video on this and just be like, hey man, from the things you have helped me with. But I'll just say it here. But I would say definitely the aspect of, you know, seeing you show up. I mean, obviously we met through fitness. It was Let's Just Talk Fitness before it was Let's Just Talk Trey. But even with me, seeing the inspiration that you and Larissa, I'll get over to you too, because there's definitely inspiration from all y'all. But G, I would definitely say for you, just meeting you and knowing you probably the longest out of most people in the group. Seeing the showing up, going back to what Larissa said, seeing the post, seeing the discipline, seeing the fun in the discipline, seeing the genuineness, seeing the consistency, all those different things have definitely made me gain inspiration from you. But not only that, I think it even goes a step further. And I would say from the most current or most recent things I've been going through with running every day or jogging and things like that, having problems with my hip, and then realizing like the glutes, you teaching me how the glutes affect the hips and how that becomes, an issue if you're neglecting the glutes, how that can bring pain to your hips when I was having hip pain. And you gave me certain things that I could do for that. Instantly, those things went away. And to this day, I don't have problems. So, I mean, from that alone, like sometimes you got to kind of see to believe. And it's like, dang, like, all right, she really about this life. So like when that happened, I was like, dang, okay, cool. But then on top of that, obviously one of the most recent that y'all kind of continuously bash me over, constipation. That right there, that really got me. And I really didn't understand that in terms of water, like how, water in general just helps with that. I didn't understand that at all, to be honest with you. Like I've never been constipated. And I think sometimes, I think Larissa probably said this in one call, but essentially like sometimes you don't know how something is or you don't know how something feels unless you've been through it. And essentially having gone through constipation now, but I never had it ever in my life from what I could remember, it taught me the significance of water. And you always stressed it. Like I know for a fact you always stressed it. Larissa did too. As she joined the group and stuff like that, I understood. Like I would see her drinking her water all the time. But I know you definitely always stressed it. Like from all the members that I ever could remember, I always remember you always stressing that. And so that also was a form of inspiration. But again, that led to me having to figure it out myself and then end up, drinking and doing those type of things that then ultimately produced the results that you said. Like I think it was the first things you said when I was like, damn, I've been constipated. Like, did you have water? That was like the first thing you said. And I was like, damn, what? Like, why is she bringing up water? And essentially that's what that's what you end up realizing it is. That's what you end up realizing, like for real, for real. But sometimes you have to see to believe. But I would say those things would definitely be inspirations I've had from you, like just being completely honest. Um, and then of course, Larissa, you too. The very reason of you joining the group was surgery. I think I gained probably the most inspiration from you from that. Like you being able to join a group or even reach out for help in general for the sake of realizing that you would need it for surgery or for something that was in the future, but you joined like months in advance. That showed me that you had a true dedication to like staying firm in your fitness. And I think that right there in and of itself was inspiration. Like you acknowledging the fact that, okay, I'm probably going to need that level of support. Sorry, my sister's calling me. She was calling. Okay. But yeah, just realizing like, okay, I'm probably going to need that level of support, but let me join something that can help me through the process. That right there alone, I think takes humility. And I think it takes a level of self-awareness to know that you needed something like this or needed to be around a group of people to help push you, whether it was my group or any group that you had joined. You acknowledge the fact that you probably needed that. And I think that was huge inspiration as well. So I would definitely say you two have definitely been huge inspirations, and I could go on with all the other members as well. But in terms of people who I've inspired, I think when it comes to at least online, there's never really a lot of inspiration that I probably dish out through fitness because I'm always talking about other people. I'm always posting other people and things like that as well. But I mean, when I post the arms, man, the ladies come running. I ain't gonna lie. But that's about it. I guess that's a little bit of inspiration. But other than that, a little inspiration. No, but
You're doing too much.
ah, hey, I'm just saying. I don't be doing too much. They do a lot. I'm just saying. And that's why I don't show the legs, because I feel like the legs may be a little bit too much, and then that's where they come running even more.
No, you don't show your.
We want to see your workout.
I can't hear y'all both talking at the same time. I can't hear it.
We want to see your workout. We don't want to see the post. Did you get it in? Did you get it? We don't want to see that. We want to see a workout.
Tell him, Larissa. Tell him. We don't want to see the. Did you get it in? I hope you got it in today.
Yo, y'all do be saying that. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. We don't care. Okay, we got it. If anything, we need to make sure you're on it. If anything, out of everyone, we need to make sure you're on top of it. But Trey, you got to start posting the workouts, your food, what you eat. I mean, from what you've told me, Trey, you said, again, you also said with the constipation, you've been adding more vegetables to your diet. I hope that's still consistent. Okay. So why don't you show us? Why don't you show people certain things that you have eaten that helped you with that?
I'm the guy that asks the questions. I'm cool.
Oh, so you don't want accountability? Is that what you're saying?
No. I have accountability, but I'm just saying, I ain't no trainer. I ain't no trainer.
No, you don't have to be a trainer to post your food.
No, Larissa doesn't post food either. Exactly, but Shirley. No.
Oh, but what she does is she at least keeps us updated in the fitness group and everything. So yeah, but you'll be over here, you know. Yeah, you be kicking. Like you need that straight.
If you trying to keep us accountable, we keeping you accountable. And how will we see progress if we don't know what that looks like?
Yeah. Yeah, like everybody just go dismiss how G didn't say anything. You just be like, everybody just go dismiss all that. It is Larissa just came in like, what are y'all talking about? No,
I mean, you were constipated for like 2 months.
Oh yeah, it was not 2 months. What the heck, yo?
About like 2 months.
What you say?
About like 2 months.
She said it was more like. You said it was more like what? How many months?
She said it felt like 2 months, but what we're saying, there were clearly certain hiccups that you went through. Not even just the constipation, but the whole, weekly fitness goal, and it was the same thing every week.
No, but this is the thing though. You have to acknowledge the fact that I told you that I was constipated.
No, I know.
Yeah, like I that's transparency.
But now we're in the present. No. Look, new week is coming. New week. It's a new week, so we'll see. We'll see how you're doing. New week.
Yeah. So, what's your goals this week, Trey?
My goals this week is to make sure y'all meet y'all goals. That's my goal. As a group leader, that's my goal. That's my goal. But nah, I mean, again, the accountability is there. I appreciate it too. Again, shoot, y'all ain't gonna get 100% out of me because I just ask questions. This is the fitness group. I get it. I'm saying G is the one who's the trainer, so that's who needs to be on top.
But you don't have to be a trainer to be disciplined and consistent.
Period.
No, that's true. That's true. But I'm just saying, I ain't the preacher. I ain't the preacher. G is
of the group. So I think if people look at the leader of the fitness group, someone that some discipline and some specific qualities, you are the leader.
I quit the whole thing is asking questions. I put that in the description.
But you're a leader of the fitness group.
I make sure that we gonna be here on Sunday to ask questions. Exactly. I'm just saying, but at the same time, I get it. Like, yeah, obviously, there's a level of accountability that we all have, and that's why we have the group. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why you have the group. I mean, I think, and that's why I even propose these questions. I think it's always a reminder. It's always a good thing to have these calls because it just reminds us. It pushes me. It reminds me to also make sure I'm standing on myself as well. But At the end of the day, I think it's definitely the emphasis of this group, or even of the aspect of inspiration, or however we get that, it comes from each other. We're constantly bouncing off of each other. And I think that's the main thing, you know. And I think that it's beautiful that we can have these jokes. We can joke around and have all these different, accolades that we throw at each other, because it's just that. It's a group where we're keeping each other accountable. And I think that's the beauty of it. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is dope. I love the inspiration. I love what we all said. I love the transparency in it. I know that, again, it's never a journey that's fully up. There's going to be ups and downs. There's people who have had, again, surgeries, injuries, things of that nature throughout this whole process. What's funny too, as well, like bringing up the aspect of the leadership in terms of the group, it's funny too how, at least with my perspective, it's funny how much you see how different people's journeys are just based off of just their life. Like going back to, like, again, Shirley, y'all may not know the severity of her surgery, but her hitting me up in the DMs, it has been like, it's been a struggle. And I don't think she minds me sharing that with y'all. And some of y'all have shared things with me personally that, others probably don't really know much about. But there's a certain level of appreciation that I have in being the leader of the group, in knowing more about y'all's stories that some people don't, that I really truly admire when it comes to the inspiration that y'all show each other. So I love it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. And yeah. If y'all want to end it off with anything that y'all would like to say to close out, anything that y'all want to, tips, love, or just even appreciation for anybody in the group, any of the other members in the group that y'all want to shout out to, feel free. The floor is y'all's.
I'll say, well, okay, I'll take those flowers. Thank you, Trey, for saying that. I appreciate it.
Give my flowers back.
I appreciate you saying that, but again, like that's the trainer in me coming out, like wanting to like be like, okay, well, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Maybe you need to do this. Maybe you need to do that. Like, I'm a trainer. Like, what can you expect? So,
I know.
yeah, but I'm glad that my tips have helped you, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
that they, and anyone, like any of the
Mm-hmm.
members, Larissa or anyone
Mm-hmm.
watching, you guys know, like, if you ever have questions, like, please feel free to ask me, like, just ask, like, if you have any specific questions regarding your fitness journey or whatever,
Yeah.
like, ask. But yeah, like, you guys all, like, I see like so much passion in this group, and that's why I love being in this group. So I see all y'all working hard. Larissa, you're working hard after surgery. You got it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so proud of you for continuing, because a lot of people will give up. A lot of people will make the easy choice of just throwing in the towel, but
Yeah.
you're not. So yeah, like, you got to be proud of yourself, give yourself props. But yeah, I
Exactly.
appreciate.
Thanks, G.
Mm.
Yes.
And Larissa
Of course.
too.
Huh?
If you have something to say too, I wasn't gonna end it like unless you have something to say as well.
Why are you always trying to cut me off?
I ain't trying to cut you off.
You are doing the most. I want to turn my camera on.
Hey, yeah, turn it on.
I was lying down before, that's why.
Okay.
I'm like,
Yo.
don't judge the kitchen.
No, you're good. Larissa, you're losing weight in your face.
No, I still got the double chin.
No, your cheekbones. Are you not seeing your cheekbones? Are you not seeing that? Yeah.
Juicy cheek.
No, Larissa, you are losing. I'm dead serious. No, for real.
No. Guys, my body is sore. Like my shoulders, my glutes are sore because I did legs yesterday. It
Mm.
was arms are sore. My thighs were sore earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I was complaining to my man. Made him give me a massage
Oh
on the
man.
weekend.
Oh
I
yeah.
was just
Don't get all detailed now.
ill. Don't ever. Nah, but I'm real grateful. I think I'm especially grateful to G for her helpful advice, and she's always like trying to help when she can. She's always like, just letting us know, like, hit me up. I'm always happy to help and stuff. And she doesn't have to do that. And
Yeah.
she's like a PT. You need to pay for
Yeah.
that kind of like support
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
But always, like just reaching out for that like additional support. So I always like I appreciate that. I love our group, but just because like when we're going through stuff, everyone's always like so supportive. Are you crying?
I'm not crying. Yeah, no.
Okay, so if you cry, feel free to cry.
Nah, no
Do
one
you
ever seen crying.
Yeah, and so yeah, I appreciate everyone always like being so supportive, and I think that's the key to any fitness journey is like having the right amount of like support behind you, because it kind of takes a village for you to be on this journey.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate everyone. I especially appreciate, don't make me bite my words.
What?
I appreciate Trey
Come on with it.
for the support he continues to give us. I mean, even though his turnaround time to responding to messages can be like a week, that's all right. We'll push past that.
This is just my iMessage. Like this is iMessage. Look, see this? This is even social media. It's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate you. Like you're always trying to make sure like we're all good and trying to find ways to help when we are kind of like in a bit of a going through it a little bit.
Yeah.
Or even with recovery, you're really supportive.
Oh yeah.
When
Absolutely.
out of surgery and stuff, and always checking in and stuff, which I appreciate. My face has gone skinny.
Yes. Yes. Like I'm dead serious. Yeah, you look when you cut your camera on. Yeah, it like your jawline is like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I've lost like 15 kgs over the past 2 months, I think. Which means I've kind of like broken my plateau that I was like hitting.
Wow. I see it. That's crazy.
But yeah, like it's good. My back isn't as sore as before, which is good because I'm like losing weight and stuff. I think when also, sorry, I talk a lot. When I always hit a plateau, I always like get discouraged and stuff. Like I'm just like,
Yep.
why is this happening? Kind of thing. I always remember that meme that G put up, and it was like, what was it, G? It was like, when you try and hit a plateau and it's like you're nearly there, and then you just
yeah.
you know the one that you put up like ages ago. But like every time I feel some type of way, I always think of like that meme, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, like let's just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's dope. That's dope, man. It's a lifelong journey. You know, I don't think you should also beat yourself up because it's something that we have to live. Like we have to do this thing until we die. You know, and so it's like at the end of the day, is you'll never be completely all the way 100. You know, there's gonna be ups and downs, and then life itself just kicks you in the in the butt or in the nuts, however you want to say it. Like, I mean, it kicks you because you could be doing everything right sometimes, and then again, not to reference your auntie, but again, breast cancer, or you have other things. How's she doing, by the way? I know I asked you earlier.
She's okay. She's using natural remedies, so she's not doing chemo.
Okay.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but
yeah,
got to respect her decision and the treatment pathway she chooses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And just again, I always think about her when I say this, as well as other people I know as well. But sometimes life just kicks you, and it's like, man, I was doing everything right. Okay. Or you get into a car accident, right? It's like I was doing everything right. My fitness was okay. And I get into a car accident and now my spine's jacked up or something like sometimes you just don't know. So fitness is always like a up and down thing because it's never really predictable. But at the same time, it is, right? Like at the same time, if you put in the work, you do get the results. Going back to G, what you always say, that's just a level of discipline. But at the same time, you could be doing things right and something can go haywire still. So, it's just, again, I don't think it's anything that you should beat yourself up over. I wanted to reflect today on inspiration and how people are inspired by you two, how you two inspire other people. And then also just taking the hurdles that y'all have had through the check-ins. That's why I do the check-ins too, is to also just have that reflection so that there's a level of looking back and understanding or seeing, okay, what exactly have I or have I not done? And then going from there. So this is dope. This is super dope. I'm proud of y'all too. For people that are listening, man, this again is Let's Just Talk Fitness, private group. Again, I think it gets very intimate. I think again it allows a level of an outlet and things of that nature that we also can express to each other. Also too, just a quick update. Elena, man, she got some things going on. She did PT or she got her seat her with a certified personal training certification, but she told me that she got some things that are coming up. So again, y'all be on the lookout for that because she seems, me and her, we've been talking in the DMs, but she seems like she got some things coming up that are going to be pretty big. I'm not really sure necessarily where she's trying to go with that, but at least in terms of like maybe where she's trying to take it, in terms of like personal training, seems like it's going to be something big. So I guess like if y'all have time, just hit her up, encourage her, because I think she's going through a transition with that. And we were just talking, and again, I think she just really needs that support because it's hard getting off the ground, as you probably know, G. Being a personal trainer. But yeah, other than that, man, this has been a dope call. Y'all already know, man, the love is there. Larissa, I know before G hopped on too. You said something about the timing since there's an hour behind. So like, yeah. So what's the timing now? Is it still like, is it not the same that it was with you before? Because y'all don't do daylight saving.
We do.
Oh, you do.
Remember, so like before it was like 10 a.m. my time.
Exactly.
So 10 a.m. Monday. But then we had our daylight savings, which made it 11 a.m., which is your 8 p.m.
Wow.
And then you had daylight savings, and now it's going to be 12 midday, 8 p.m. your time.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So now it's 12 your time.
No, it's 1:35 right now.
No, I'm saying
but
like,
yeah.
Okay, so now that it's 8, it's 12 your time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry. That's like 2-hour difference. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. That's why I got confused because I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And then that's why and then I was like, oh, it'll probably take him a week to respond. So I was clearly like really surprised he responded in like 10 minutes. I was like,
nah, look, whatever. Look, one of these days, I'm gonna let y'all see I'm gonna let y'all go on my DMs. Well, nah, I can't do that. It's too much stuff going on in there. But yeah.
I got an
Anywho,
interview today, guys. Did I tell you?
what, you had an interview?
No, I have an interview. It's later on today.
Whoa, for a new job?
Yeah.
Damn.
Somewhere closer. It's something that I've been working towards, and it's gonna put a better pay rate as well. So
Wow.
hopefully.
Okay. So this is an entirely different company.
Yeah, different company.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Since I met you, you've been talking about the one, you've been talking about the one you with now. So this is it. Like you're fed up.
Well, I've just been looking at other options. At the role I'm at the moment, they don't have the company I'm at the moment, they don't have any vacancies for the role that I want. And I'm kind of just like I'm at a point in my career where I'm more for a leadership kind of role. So that's what this is.
Okay. Okay. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm praying that you get it. And that it definitely goes, well with what it is you're looking for, because switching companies, all that stuff, I know it can be a challenge, but hopefully it's what you want, Yeah. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. You good. You
Good
got
luck.
it. Exactly.
You got it.
Exactly. You got it. You got it.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Absolutely. And post this stuff in the group too. Like, I know y'all be hitting me up individually, but definitely post things in the group sometimes too. Like, even if it's about a job, I think that'll help people too. Just encourage them. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Love y'all. Be safe. And until next Sunday. Peace.
Bye.
Oh man, hold on.
Bye.
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 Bye.